live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, all social media handles as Joy News TV, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. Hello and welcome to our Prime Bulletin. With me, Samuel Kojo. Bracing our headlines, these are atmospheres of mayhem in certain parts of the country. 17 days to the presidential and parliamentary elections. The GRA's Customs Division has uncovered 53 pistols, 74 magazines, and 65 live ammunitions concealed in a 40-footer container at Tema Port.
Following the notification, personnel of GRA Intelligence and Investigation Unit and the Customs Preventive Unit arrived at the scene and confirmed the 53 sidearms.
Also, Ghana Police is switching gears from being tight-lipped and unwelcoming as it adopts a transparent approach in its engagement with the media and public just days to the 2024 general elections. We have details as the hierarchy of the police engages senior managers of all media houses in the country on plans to deliver the best elections ever. Governing MPP dismisses opposition NDC's claims of plots to rig the 2024 election. While describing the claims as baseless, the MPP also makes its own allegations against its opponent as it also prepares to petition the IGP.
Tomorrow, for instance, I know that we have a meeting with the IGP. Myself, I'll be present. We'll be about 3 eminent persons from the party representing, and then we'll be putting this before the IGP.
As the allegations and counter-allegations of plots to rig the upcoming polls ensues, the Electoral Commission says the systems in place will make it impossible to rig the polls.
Member of the EC board, there is nothing you can do. You look at the process. If even you are a flag bearer of one of the main parties, let's make you the chairperson of the EC or one of the commission. There is nothing you can do.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police says his men will not hesitate to deal ruthlessly with anyone who attempts to foment trouble during and after the December 7 polls.
The people who think that they can probably come out making statements to intimidate and do all that, we want to tell them that life will become very uncomfortable for them. So they shouldn't even try.
Well, with just 17 days to the presidential and parliamentary elections in Ghana, atmospheres of plots of mayhem in certain parts of the country, the GRA's Customs Division has uncovered 53 pistols, 74 magazines, and 65 live ammunitions concealed in a 40-footer container at the Tema Port. Now, according to the Customs Division of the GRA, the container came in from the United States of America with the items concealed in 3 different suitcases. The shipment, falsely declared as vehicles and personal effects, was intercepted on November 4, 2024, following investigations by the GRA's Intelligence and Preventive Unit. Brigadier General Zibrim Ayorogo is Commissioner of Customs, and he confirmed arrests have been made as investigations continue.
Following the notification, personnel of GRA Intelligence and Investigation Unit and the Customs Preventive Unit arrived at the scene and confirmed the 53 sidearms, the 74 magazines, and 65 live ammunition concealed in 3 different suitcases. The firearms, magazines, and the live ammunition were seized. Additionally, all other items in the container were thoroughly examined and detained for further investigations. Also, the agent and the consignee representative were also arrested and interrogated on the seized items. The suspect was subsequently transferred to the Marine and Railway Police Station Tema for further investigations. As earlier indicated, the consignment in the container were declared as vehicles and personal effect without declaring the sidearms, magazines, and the live ammunition. The non-declaration and the concealment on the firearms and magazines and live ammunitions amount to smuggling and concealment of weapons in contravention of Section 138 of Customs Act 2015 Act 891.
Our Brigadier General Zibrim Ayorogo warned that any person who imports ammunition without a requisite license or permit commits a crime and therefore will be made to face the full rigors of the law.
It is worthy of note that all importers requiring to import firearms and ammunition into the country must first obtain license and permit from the Ministry of Interior before the import. Any person who therefore import firearms and ammunition without the requisite license or permit commits an offense.
Well, security consultant Professor Kwesi Enin says nothing will happen with this fine because people in authority are not concerned about finding solutions. He spoke to me earlier on Top Story on Joy FM.
Nothing is going to change because those who must bring change are those who are secretly involved in bringing these guns and also in providing the protection. So nothing is going to change. I think something very dramatic happens that puts our collective existence at risk. Nothing is going to change because we are not serious about the issues of small arms and light weapons. Look, when I did the first national baseline survey in 2005, my calculations were that we had about 500,000 to 750,000 guns. The normal attrition rate of 20% means that when we did the baseline survey again in 2014, the figures ought to have dropped by 20%. Rather, they had shot up by almost 400%. And I'm 100% sure that when we complete the new baseline survey next year, the figure will definitely be considerably higher than the 2 million that we found 10 years ago. Because there is no deterrence. People feel they are protected, that they can go around the law, that they can go scot-free, and it's also very profitable.
So if I get you, then the agent who has been arrested, you are saying that nothing will come out of that?
Well, let's see in 6 months' time what would have come out of it. But the poor agent is not a big guy or person who needs to be caught. We need to use a network analytical process to see those who are linked. Trace the money. The paperwork can be falsified, but the money cannot be falsified. Check the phones, the laptops, and then one step at a time, use network theory and procedures to get to who is the kingpin or the queen behind this.
The Ghana Police Service is shifting gears with just days to the 2024 general election, adopting a transparent and a proactive approach in its engagement with the media and the public. Traditionally tight-lipped, the police's limited communication with stakeholders has drawn criticism over the years. Now, however, with 18 days to the December 7 polls, the police now pledge to increase transparency, enhance public engagement, and provide timely information. At a crucial meeting with media heads, Inspector General of Police Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare outlined fresh strategies, including the establishment of a 24-hour centralized press briefing center to keep the public informed throughout the election period.
The police service marched to the dislike of civil society organizations and the general public. They have been very tight-lipped about information. While we count the days to the December 7 polls, the Ghana Police says that posture will change. At a crucial meeting between the Ghana Police Service and the heads of media institutions in the country, the Ghana Police Service says they are now committed to updating the public on a regular basis throughout the election period. Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare is the IGP of the Ghana Police Service.
We are setting up National Election Security Task Force Press Briefing Center. You can come, we'll serve you with coffee, we'll serve you with tea, and of course biscuit. And we will be sharing the information with the speed of light. We are currently working with the telcos to assign to us a dedicated number that will be used in this room. Wherever you find yourself, when there is a situation, you can, through calling that number, assess myself directly.
Additionally, the police says they will be more proactive in their dealings with the political parties and also dealing with election-related disputes.
we'll be able to be dealing with multiple issues at the same time, because as soon as it comes, we'll then refer, a commissioner will be on it. We may call a general secretary of the two parties or national organizers of the two parties. We will call an agent of the parties on the ground, and we look at the issue.
But IGP Dampare says the police will not hesitate in dealing with troublemakers.
To the people who think that they can probably come out making statements to intimidate and do all that, we want to tell them that life will become very uncomfortable for them. So they shouldn't even try.
The expectation of the Ghana Police Service is to deliver the best election in Ghana that is free from violence. For Joy News, Michael Ashali.
Now to the newly commissioned interchange in town, the Flower Port interchange, which has significantly eased traffic on a Spintex stretch and connected areas like Tema, East Legon, Teshi and Cantonment. However, a new challenge has emerged: managing hawkers and traders who have long operated along this route. Just 24 hours after the commissioning, a trader was spotted selling coconuts in a median, sparking widespread discussion on the media and social media alike. Now, Greater Accra Regional Minister Titus Glover issued a stern warning yesterday and followed up today by visiting the scene, where he directed police to arrest any hawker defying his orders. The minister's actions and the hawkers' responses have sparked divided opinions. Kenneth Jesse has more.
A picture of a young woman selling coconut under the newly commissioned Flower Port interchange threw the regional minister Titus Glover into a fit of rage. The image did not sit well with him. Could the woman have decided to set up her stall because of this promise by the Lojikuku Municipal Chief Executive, Mordecai Kwashi?
So they should relax. We will get around to creating adequate spaces for them to sell right here.
The regional minister says, not here.
I don't want to see kiosks. Kiosks. And the chief executive should listen to me. We don't want to see kiosk containers littered all over there. It will destroy the beauty of this edifice that we all witnessed commission today.
Titus Glover spoke to Joy News right after his one-man demolition exercise.
My mission here, I'm on my way to Dodowa for a program, and her calls and pictorial evidence of a woman selling the coconut on a truck. So quickly I have to rush there to make sure. I went and broke down the table and pack all the nkatier and the banana into the basket and take it away. I've talked to the chief executive for Lejikuku Assembly that they should put their eyes here. They should position 2 security guys here.
Some food vendors close to the scene have vowed to resist any attempts to forcefully evict them from the area without being provided with a permanent place to sell.
Right now, we'll be adamant, we'll still be stubborn. If I move here, I don't have anything doing. I can't stay home empty stomach without eating. They will sack me and I'll still come back since I don't have nothing to do. I can't go and steal. And the president or the minister or the MPs, we don't know what they are doing towards it.
Low for a move from Mrs. Menfa. Made Agotia. Or mood dammy Casana Mignale, please in a mede, me baba. Ukwechi, ejumaya phone no mu boy kakaka na yensu yesan koya no. Le ye pa mu chopa mu boye, ba mu be pa mu ye freeze de entwa ye kakra, entwa ye kura.
While some have applauded the minister's actions, others believe the hawkers should be permitted to sell there, or at least be demarcated a place for that purpose. What do you think? Kenneth Jesse for Joy News.
This sort of discussion should continue wherever you are, but away from that, the Asante Kingdom, in partnership with the Republic of Seychelles, has organized a month-long exhibition titled The King in Exile, a photographic journey through Asante history and heritage. This event marks the centenary of Prempeh I, Asanteman's 13th king, while celebrating the resilience of Yasantewa, 2 pivotal figures in Asante history. Held at the Seychelles National Library, the exhibition showcases archival photographs and historical narratives, shedding light on King Prempeh I's remarkable journey and enduring legacy.
So about 100 years ago, the seas of the Indian Ocean had many ships going to and fro from Africa with King Prempeh on board with 52 of his elders. And they were beginning the journey into exile.
This year marks the centenary of Nana Agyemang Prempeh's return from exile in Seychelles. Whilst he was in Seychelles, Nana Agyemang Prempeh never ever forgot his roots. He lived as a nobleman, he lived his life as a royal, he conducted himself regally, and over the years, he never ever gave up hope of coming back home to his people.
The Seychelles-Ghana story has been running for well over 120 years. We have cohabitated, we've lived together as friends, as hosts to Ghanaian monarchy. Over the many, many years, Nana Agyemang Prempeh I was brought into this island as a prisoner, but not as a captive. He rode from Kumasi to Elmina in a palanquin. It was a matter of stooping to conquer. It was a matter of foresight and making sure that at that point in time, antagonizing your aggressors wasn't the cleverest way.
So even though Asante Prempeh I had been captured, the spirit of Asante remained strong. 100 years on, we see that the spirit of Asante remains, and in the leadership of Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, the 16th occupant of the Golden Stool, or the Gold Stool, Asante is still strong.
So within the Ashanti culture, textile is a canvas for cultural expression. So we express ourselves through the weaving techniques of kente. I don't know if you've seen the picture of Nana Agyemang Prempeh being carried in a palanquin to go to Seychelles, and he was wearing a very beautiful kente fabric. And some of these pictures will be on display to show you that way before, so this is like over 100 years ago, and this is something that we were proud as Ghanaians to even carry to another place.
At the Seychelles National Institute for Culture, Heritage and the Arts, we are continuously preserving our heritage. We take examples from King Prempeh and, of course, the conservation that has been done to protect his legacy.
I think the important thing is that it is being celebrated now, and we should make sure that it continues well into the future.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful narrative there. And as part of the centenary event, Seychelles President Wavel Kalaan is set to visit Ghana on Wednesday, November 20. Ahead of his visit, President Kalaan shared his thought in an interview with my colleague Lois Adeyemi in Seychelles.
Well, he is very much alive because he's got descendants here. We've got a number of members of the Prempeh family who were born in Seychelles and who are still living in Seychelles. And I guess, and this is what I've been told, in Ashanti, they also, some still speak Creole. So it's there, alive, with, and therefore we have to keep the tradition going.
Speaking about tradition, how are we going to be merging Seychelles? Because we are here, we've seen how Seychelles works. It's amazing when it comes to tourism. Also, Ghana, we respect tourism. How are we going to merge that as well?
Well, if we can see how these exchanges can be done, I guess the doors are open for Ghanaian tourists to come to Seychelles, and with the setting up of the museum, maybe this will be further reasons for Ghanaians to come to Seychelles, and why not with the culture department, because King Prempeh was exiled into in Seychelles. So for the culture department to be able to organize tourism trips to Ashanti, to go back and see from where King Prempeh was, what the tradition is all about, and maybe through that we will also identify further elements that will bring us together.
Finally, you'll be coming to Ghana late November. What are your expectations when you come to Ghana?
Well, it'll be the first visit, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a state visit, but at the same time, the commemoration of the centenary since King Prempeh returned to Ghana. I'm all excited about the visit, and just make sure it's a good one.
Yes, it will be a good one. Thank you, sir.
And that's the president of Seychelles, Wavell Kalaan, with my colleague Adeyemi there. I mean, sweet space in Seychelles there. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with more. Please do stay. Let's do election headquarters now, which is brought to you in association with Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams, Top Box, a convenient service, German Ozone Medical Center, alternative therapy, dental, wellness, and beauty. The Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, SIMA, the AICP and SIMA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, also by the Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging gaps for positive youth development. Syntex Tanks, a strong, tough. Potential Real Estate, your trusted partner in real estate. And Deluxe Paints, Paint Mu Champion. Now, the governing New Patriotic Party is dismissing allegations it is plotting with element in the military to rig the 2024 election. The National Communications Officer of the NDC at a news conference on Tuesday said it is petitioning the Inspector General of Police over the affairs they may be employed to steal the people's mandate this election. By reacting to these allegations at a news conference earlier today, national organizer of the party, Henry Nana Boakye, described the claims as false.
The allegations made by the National Communication Officer and the NDC are entirely baseless, devoid of any iota of credible evidence, and represent yet another desperate attempt by the NDC to raise tension and distract the people of Ghana from their own misdeeds. You level against a reputable army officer baseless allegations. You do not provide any, not even a single evidence, and yet you want us to take you serious. I have said that nobody can rig these elections. Look, we will vote at the polling station. We will count at the polling station. Collation will be done. The New Patriotic Party shall emerge victorious. His Excellency, the Vice President, will be the next president. Nobody can foment any sort of trouble, whatever form, whatever shape. I dare, if you want, try. Nobody. We will vote in peace. We will cast our ballot in peace. Ghana will be united. Ghana will not fall. And I'm telling you, the New Patriotic Party shall emerge victorious. Yes, tomorrow, for instance, I know that we have a meeting with the IGP. Myself, I'll be present. We'll be about 3 eminent persons from the party representing, and then we'll be putting this before the IGP.
Now, as the claims and counterclaims ensue, the Electoral Commission is confident the results of the December 7, 2024 elections cannot be tampered with under any circumstances. Deputy Chairperson Dr. Bosman Asare challenges that even if the Commission's leadership were replaced with heads of political parties, the system structure would prevent any alterations to the results. He spoke to Evans Mensah on PM Express.
If you are a member of the EC board, there is nothing you can do. Even those of us who are in charge of day-to-day running, led by the chairperson, Mrs. Jean Mensah, Mr. Samuel Tete, myself, our directors, even when it comes to elections, there is nothing we can do. You have been following this process for many, many years. You look at the process, if even you are a flag bearer of one of the main parties, let's make you the chairperson of the EC or one of the commission, there is nothing you can do. Because the election takes place at the polling station. And at the polling station, all the parties have their agents there, including observers and the citizens. When we finish, counting is done in the full glare of the public. At times, some of the media organizations, you select some polling stations where, and when we finish, the pink sheet will be filled and the copy will be pasted at that particular polling station. And all the results from all these polling stations are what we use to declare the winner of the parliamentary election in each parliamentary constituency. We put the national results together, then we use that to declare the presidential. So if even you are, let's put the MPP flag bearer, the NDC flag bearer, let's make them the chairperson, co-chairpersons of the Electoral Commission. There is nothing you can do.
He added that political parties should advise their followers to ensure peace in Boakye, emphasizing that the Commission cannot deploy its officers to the area without stability in the community. He further noted that Boakye could become a hotspot due to the ongoing tensions in the area.
Boakye, we had some challenges with the registration in 2023. Yeah. But in 2024, during the registration, the place was generally very, very peaceful. We didn't hear of any skirmishes. So in terms of the registration this year, they registered. But that of last year, I think we did it for about 2 or 3 days over there. And as you pointed out, we are not excited about what is happening over there. But we expect that by the time of the elections, the powers that be will be able to engage the people of Boakye for them to understand the importance of the elections. We believe that things will be done in such a way that the people there can also choose their member of parliament. And when you talk about Boakye, I think almost about 4 or 5 constituencies are involved, even including Pusiga and other places. So Boakye West, Boakye Central, all of them are included. So we do expect that the government, even all the political parties, will be working together to ensure that peace prevails. Because without that, we can't send our men there to go and work, our men and women who are going to be working as polling officials.
In the last month alone, at least 20 people have been killed. In fact, last week, 3 more people died because the conflict is so raging. And unfortunately, as we approach elections, the tensions have gone up again, and it's escalated. More people are dying now. You must have intelligence briefing on some of the, on not only Boakye, but other areas, but Boakye in particular. What briefings are you getting in terms of the preparations to send
the Commission is still engaging with the security agencies. We haven't concluded on what we are going to do. We still have some few days, as you rightly pointed out. The special voting is about 13 days away, and the December 7th election is also about 18 days away. We are still working with them. Once we get the feedback that no, it will not be appropriate for you to go on with the elections there, the Commission will act in that manner to ensure peace prevails. So the Commission will do the needful. We'll continue to engage with the security agencies. Whatever advice they give us, we are not experts when it comes to security. We are only experts when it comes to conducting credible, peaceful elections. Once there is any advice that will be counterintuitive to what we are trying to do, the Commission will listen to it and will certainly work with it.
The governing New Patriotic Party is fighting off claims of massive vote buying and abuse of incumbency, as captured in the second CODEL pre-election observation statement. According to findings published by CODEL, both the NDC and MPP were cited in instances of vote buying, with people being given money or valuables to influence their votes. Also, the report said the NPP and the NDC and some independent candidates provided treats such as food and drinks to event attendees during campaign activities. However, reacting to findings on Joy News X Spaces with Blessed Soga on Tuesday, Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NPP, Isaac J. Hyde, explained that cultural values and empathy are cogent grounds for giving treats to voters and not meant to induce them to vote a certain way.
I do not see it as an abuse. They are only accounting to the Ghanaian people what they've used the 8 years for. And so the drip project, which was coming into town, in one way, if you see people championing and running around and celebrating it, it's because, yes, the NPP has shown that indeed, given the mandate, we've been able to, solve the problem that has been a challenge for them. And if they are celebrating and thanking the government, I think that is not out of place.
If you take a look at what the report is saying, the NPP appears to be giving more in terms of transportation and food to people who are attending your rallies. Why is this the case?
At least, the good thing is that this is not money. Comparatively, we have incidences like you saw in the Jura somewhere last year during the NDC parliamentary primaries and presidential primaries, where vote buying was fully in the full glare of the public. At some places like Trifuati Mokwa, gas cooker and other materials were being shared.
You don't feel that food and water could influence voter choice?
By our Ghanaian nature, we are a very hospitable, society. It's part of our culture to offer people some goodwill in terms of food and water. And so if somebody goes to a campaign, and I can bet for all the campaign tours I've done, either with the flag bearer or the running mate or even within the constituencies, I've never seen an instance where people have formed queue that they are going to line up because as part of the processes, once the campaign is done or once the rally is done, they are going to be offered food.